Welcome everyone to a Social Studio Engage demo. This is actually a re-recording because we had a slight technical glitch last Friday, so I apologize to everyone that experienced that. Just a quick safe harbor, anything that we're going to be discussing today is, don't take these into consideration when we use forward-looking statements with purchase decisions on your software. So we have some upcoming webinars. The next webinar we're going to do is Social Studio Publish, which will be Thursday, 7th of September. And we've got a lot of exciting ones coming up. Command Center, we're going to be talking through best practice, world-class social customer service demo, some pro tips, how to calculate ROI from social, crisis management, and finally social hub demo, which is all around automation. Please, if you're looking to register for these, go to afdigital.com/events. They're all on the website. And also, if you can, please go to our YouTube channel, AF Digital, and subscribe. And then all of our videos will be uploaded there as well. So on the agenda today, I'm going to do a quick intro. We'll jump right into an Engage demo, a dashboard demo as well, how to operationalize, and then a quick Q&A. And please do follow me on Twitter. I always tweet and Instagram all of the upcoming events and webinars. Great, so just a quick introduction. My name is Robin Leonard. I'm the co-founder and CEO of AF Digital. My background is really, I came from a customer service background with Vodafone, which I then became a kind of telco specialized business analyst that did a lot of CRM. We did a Siebel implementation across 3 countries. It was $500 million project that lasted 5 years. So through that experience and a few other projects, I've got really deep CRM and business intelligence experience. I later went on to become an IBM Agile project manager, which led me to the Philippines. I'm passionately geeky about technology. I'm really excited about where marketing tech is going. So I founded AF Digital in 2011 with my business partner, and since 2012 we've been a Salesforce Radian 6 partner. And through that we've really been evangelizing social with large companies across APAC. Helping them adopt it, helping them understand what social listening is all about, how to manage social channels at scale, etc. So AF Digital, we're really a marketing partner. So we help clients build smarter customer journeys through agile transformation, scalable marketing operations, and marketing technology consulting. We're trusted by household brands across APAC. We've got 3 locations, Singapore, Philippines, and Sydney. And as you can see, these are all household brands, and we've really been doing a lot of social work in the enterprise space across this region. Aside from helping companies with their technology, we also provide the same services that you would see in a digital agency. Things like email marketing, social media management, content marketing, reporting and insights, marketing automation, and one-to-one advertising. So we're kind of like a tech shop, but we're also a creative services company. The reason we partner with Salesforce is they've tied in social into their ecosystem. It's really amazing to see this. So on the top left, we've got Analyze, Engage, Publish, which is really Social Studio, which is the platform we're in today. There's also the Command Center, which is an exciting way of visualizing all of this data. And I think the most compelling thing about Salesforce Ecosystem is that social is fully integrated with the CRM stack. So Sales Cloud, Service Cloud, which is really CRM for sales and service, and then Salesforce Marketing Cloud, which is marketing automation. And social ties, it integrates natively with those platforms as well. So never before have we really seen social truly integrated into BAU process. With Salesforce, it's becoming easy. So 9 quick reasons why I love Social Studio. They are rapidly releasing awesome new features. And we just had a release just the other day, which I'm really excited about. It integrates easily into the Salesforce ecosystem. This is a really important factor, probably the most important factor is that you can bring social into your CRM process. It has enterprise governance for big and small companies. So if you're a large, complex company like McDonald's that uses, has thousands of Facebook pages, Or if you're a small company with just 3 social accounts, it does exactly the same. It works for big and small. It's got a really sleek UI for non-technical marketers. It's easy to use. It's nothing technical, no code. It has the power of big data analytics, and it's actually easier to use than most BI tools, and it's actionable as well. So it's like really powerful analytics in there. It has really powerful metadata tagging, which allows next level insights, and we'll show you some of that today. It supports structured workflow or unstructured chaos. So you can get in there and control the environment, limit what you can do with it, or you can allow people to go free, and it really supports both behaviors. If you're unstructured, it doesn't mean anything's going to go wrong. It just means that it will be used for creation. So it also has great macros that help reduce clicking. So a macro performs multiple tasks, so it streamlines your workflow. It also, because it's a cloud software and there's governance and approval rules, it also enables you to work really efficiently with partners. Gone are the days when you have to send Excel content calendars through email to each other, you know. So let's jump into the demo. We've got 2 actors in today's demo. We've got John Frankenstein, who's the engagement specialist. So his job is he's really responsible for reviewing, tagging, engaging with, and closing all posts. He may also assign posts to other Social Studio users. He may escalate cases and leads to Salesforce CRM as well. And he can also trigger Marketing Cloud journeys. So there's some really cool stuff. We're going to go next level. Like most people just do the reviewing, tag, and engagement, you know, if they're doing a good job. We're really going to take it to the next level in terms of integration with CRM and Marketing Cloud. So we've also got Robin Leonard here. He's the social media manager. So he's really responsible for the monthly and quarterly reports. He just has to access them pretty much. And he's got to oversee the social operations. So he just needs to be informed and aware of what's going on and making sure that John's doing his job. In another context, John could be an agency person. So he could be responsible for engagement from the agency, and Robin could be the client. So let's jump into the Engage demo. We're going to focus on John first. Okay, so I'm going to jump straight into Social Studio. So for those that are not familiar with Social Studio, publish, engage, and analyze are the 3 major features. We're just going to be focusing on Engage today. Great, so I'm just going to reset my Engage templates. And if you're not aware of this, it helps to do this sometimes just to make sure that your Engage templates are using the standards. And it's really easy to do. You can just delete your existing tabs and it'll reset. Okay, so I've got 2 tabs set up. I've got My Tasks and I've got AFD Engage. So this AFD Engage template is really what we've set up as our kind of standard view for engagement. So I've got a column here for Facebook wall. So this is all of the things, post, comments, replies on my wall, Facebook Messenger, anything coming to me directly, Instagram comments, and this is recently added to Social Studio. I can now engage with Instagram comments, Twitter @mentions, so anyone that's talking to me on Twitter, Twitter DMs. So these are all my inbound, and then I'm also listening. So I'm also listening, and this is predominantly on Twitter, for people talking about my brand. So I've got some posts there. I've also got listening set up to listen for Salesforce mentions, because generally Salesforce customers are my customers. So this is a really great source of new leads for me. We've also got YouTube comments and LinkedIn comments. I don't really have so much activity going on here. So as my name's John Frankenstein, my job is to manage all of my inbound engagement and proactive engagement. So I'm just going to go through, and really the workflow is that I should be tagging and closing everything. So in this case, I've got a post on the wall from Robin. I can look down. I actually see Robin is, he's got some author labels here. He's got unhappy. This is from a previous test. I'll just delete that. I know that Robin is staff. He's VIP. He's an influencer. Thinks highly of himself, probably. He's also a customer of AFD. In this case, I get used a lot for testing. I've also got a social persona that exists in Salesforce CRM, and I'm also Salesforce lead as well. So I've got some tagging. I'm just going to have a quick reply to Robin. It looks like he's just being annoying. He tends to just post in the account, "Hey, Robin, are you bored again?" And then I'm just going to put a little smiling face because he may fire me if I am too rude. Okay, cool. So that's gone back to him. So now that I've replied back to him, I can see here in the comments under, it's got my reply there. I can also see in the conversation the full history of what's gone on. Now it's time for me to move on because I don't need to do anything more. I've replied. I have asked a question, so I'm going to change the status to commented awaiting reply. Great, and you can see that's automatically been assigned to me. Priority, pretty low. Sentiment, nothing there. So I don't have to do much. Yeah, there's nothing else more for me. And that's just going to sit there and I'll wait for him to reply. So going into Facebook Messenger, I don't have anything new coming in. So let's have a look into our Instagram. Okay, great. So we've got Lucy Brinley here. So if I look at the conversation, so this was the post, want to learn how top performing brands. So we posted this and then she replied. So I'm just going to have a look at this and say, awesome. Hope you enjoyed the event. And then smiley face. Okay, cool. And I'm just going to post that back. So I've just replied to her her Instagram comment, which is really cool. So I'm just going to change this now. I've commented. I'm not exactly expecting a reply, so I'll just go commented closed. And you see that grays out now. For me, I like to keep my closed items in here, but really the workflow you should be doing is closing everything. So you should be moving from one to the next and just closing it out, or assigning it to yourself and leaving it open for yourself. So this post that I left open, that'll be available in my task for me to view later. Okay, so FG Law has also commented on, okay, a post with our amazing panel of speakers, Donna Hall from High Pages, etc. So I'm not going to reply to that. I think it doesn't really need a reply. What I might do is just have a look at the author, and I can zoom in and see who the actual author is. A general commercial law firm in Sydney. Okay, that's interesting. So that actually could be a relevant lead for me. That's someone that's shown some interest and is following me. It's in Sydney, so it's highly relevant. So I've got in this case, I've actually got a macro set up to create a lead in Salesforce. I'm not going to show you the Salesforce side of it, but my job as an engagement specialist to kind of identify when there's a qualified lead, and I should have received training. So I'm going to click Create Lead in Salesforce. And that's it's gonna update the status referred. In a second or so, it will show the details of the of where it's gone. But you can also see it's tagged the post with Salesforce Lead. It's tagged the author with Social Persona and Salesforce Lead. This will always be in record now that this person exists in CRM. So we always know there's a reference point. And as you can see, it's had a few things done to it. So it's been closed, added labels, set engagement to referred, assigned it to myself, and then there's some case details here from Salesforce. Great, so that's kind of done. I don't need to worry about that. The sales team will now pick up a new lead in their CRM, in their Sales Cloud, and then it's really up to them to dig further. So they would then go to the website, they would find out who the managing director is here and be like, hey, did you attend the event or did you hear about the event? Etc. So, okay, Shelley Quinn, this is actually a personal friend of mine from many years ago. So I am going to reply and say, just a little that. She may know that's me, maybe not. So I'm just going to put that there. I'm also not expecting a reply, so I'm just going to change the status to commented closed. And so just a quick tip, each of these statuses, these are all fixed, non-configurable, but they have a lot of meaning. So if it's new content not reviewed, it's just come in, and it has no owner. If you've replied to it or changed the status, then it automatically gets assigned to you. So that kind of keeps it in your queue. And then you can always view it in My Tasks and make sure that it's there. The ones that close it are really commented closed, refer close it, resolve no further action required, review close no engagement required. Those guys really close it. So you should be trying to close it. So I'm going to change this to commented closed. And that's done. I may also, because it's actually positive sentiment as well, so I'm going to change that. That'll make my reporting a little bit more reflective of the response we got. Actually, while I'm at it, I'll change this one to positive too, because she gave us some love hearts. Great. Okay, excellent. So that's my job. I'm really just going through one by one, and I have to close all of these out or address all of these. I should leave no stone unturned. This is actually one of our staff. So I've got a macro set up for staff. So I'm going to use that. AJ is she's actually a multimedia artist and a reporting analyst. She cross disciplines, which is really handy because it's so much better when reports look beautiful as well. Okay, great. So I'm just going to reply, and then I'll throw in a love heart. Sometimes social media is just about being friendly. It's about engaging, and I can't find the love hearts though. Where are they? Okay. I'll just put another sunglasses guy. It's pretty safe for me to do that. Okay. So anyway, let's wrap this up. So I'm going to change this to commented closed. Okay. We've just got one more post. I did this myself. OMG, yes. Was really awesome. Although I felt the fight was ended too early. Okay, cool. What do you think? Okay, great. And I'm going to put there's a boxing glove I can use. I'm sure there's a boxing glove emoji. Emojis are pretty, oh no, it doesn't have the boxing glove. Maybe I just need to look a little bit harder. But the emojis feature here is quite cool. It's recently been added, I think, a release or two ago. But it's just really cool to have real emojis in there. Like, take the time, I think. Great. So I'm going to change that to commented awaited reply, and that's going to sit in my queue. All right. And so what I'd continue to do is keep going. If I had an issue where there was a case, like a complaint, which I fortunately don't, I could also use create case in Salesforce, and that would go across to my customer service team. So just jumping across, we've got these two columns for brand listening and Salesforce listening. So this is actually people that have not tagged my page. They just use my hashtag AFDigital and also my event hashtag, which I'm listening for. So this is actually a potential sales lead for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to favorite this. Great panel session, and I will retweet this. So I've got a couple of options. I can either quote retweet or retweet and quote tweet. Awesome. Glad you loved it. Okay, great. I'm all about this guy with the sunglasses today. Okay, and what I'm going to do now is I am going to put David into a sales process because I want my sales team to sell to him. And I've also been told by Robin that anyone that's talking about the event that looks like they attended, I want them to be a lead in my CRM. Even if I've got an existing lead, I can just tie them up later. So that's pretty cool. Another thing I can do as well is, say if I've got, let me have a look and see if there's anyone else. Okay, Talal Hibatul. I'm not sure who this is, but she retweeted Pit Martin. So I'm not sure about whether or not she is a relevant lead, but what I might do is I may just trigger a marketing journey and which will put her into an advertising audience, and I can target her with ads. And this is the really amazing feature. So not only can I do customer service, I can also do sales leads. I can also do advertising journeys. And once she goes into that advertising journey, we'll try capture her email address, and then she really becomes a valuable lead. Then there's huge ROI, and it's highly relevant. So I'm just going to click trigger marketing journey, and in a similar way, it'll send that to Salesforce, goes to CRM, then it gets picked up by Marketing Cloud and Advertising Studio. So that's engaged. That's really my job, is just to go through and gray everything out, or have a follow-up to something, or send things across to Salesforce. Great. So jumping back, so just quickly, I can't really demo this. You can also engage on the Social Studio app, and it's exactly the same. I can view every single one of those columns and just drag across from one to the next. I click on a post and I can change all of its metadata. I can reply to it. I can use macros. I can see the full conversation. So it really means that your engagement specialist can be on the bus, on the train, anywhere doing their job. Great. So I'm going to quickly do a dashboard demo because I want to show you the power from Robin Leonard's perspective of how he can monitor what John Frankenstein's been up to. So jumping across, engage into analyze. So I've taken the liberty of already setting up some dashboards as a template. You've got some things in here. This is actually a shared template. I'm going to click into the template. As you can see, it's an engagement report, and it's got Facebook, listening, Twitter. Actually, I've got to add Instagram. That's a recent addition. And it just shows who's been engaging and what posts. So every time a status is changed, it gets assigned. So it shows you who's doing all the work. It shows you all the post labels. So every time there's like all this tagging, it all gets relevant. It becomes relevant here because the top post labels, and especially if you have 100% tagging, shows you the author labels. So we can see here we've got a lot of job applicants that talk to us, interns, and AF Digital ourselves. And it's the same thing for listening. So we're looking at just the Facebook page here. We're looking at, this is for all listening, all brand listening. Are we engaging proactively? And then what are the author labels? Again, it really helps us get rich information about what's going on our channels. And similar way, we've got Twitter as well. So, okay, so my name's Robin. I want to create a report out of this. So all I need to do is take the template and click duplicate. This is one of the most exciting features for reporting analysts everywhere, is that you don't have to build these really heavy PowerPoint reports anymore with copy and paste. You can actually get all this information just through the dashboard. So it's actually set from May, so we're actually already in August. So I want to see what's going on in June. So I'm just going to change the date of this copied report. And as I can see, it's got the title, so I'm going to say engagement report. So it's the June 17 engagement report. Great. Okay, so this is my June report. Like, how simple is that? I've got everything here. What I can do now is I can see the statuses. So if I drill into this, I can actually go in and do a bit more thorough investigation. So and I can just see what's gone on in here and look at each of the posts, and in the same way, I can just QA, and then I can, if I really wanted to, I could add a note or screenshot this and send it to one of my staff. So you can see here in the Facebook post assignment, there's a lot of posts that haven't got assignments. So this is where it's been tagged, but there's been no reply. If I look at the conversation, Okay, she's just sent us some messages. Okay, there was a reply back. Okay, so it's just there's been a lot of repeat tags here that probably just need to be assigned. Okay, this one has no assignment, so it just needs to be closed. So, and I know the whole thread's been closed, so I'm just going to say comment to close. That will actually assign it to me again. So it just allows you to pick up posts that have been kind of missed. So actually, there's another feature. This is quite amazing. It's just been added like a day or two ago. That oh no, you can't filter it out. Okay, just going to show hidden posts here. Sorry, in the engage template, we can now, if I go to engage, you can now filter out your brand posts, which was a bit of a challenge we had before with Facebook. Okay, cool. So this is the report I use, and basically my job would be to go through and just check, okay, where there's no assignment on these posts, what's going on? So solid hustle, okay, so this one probably doesn't need to be replied to. What I'd probably go back to Robin with and say, look, June, buddy, there's 25 posts with no assignment. Can you please go through and check this? And then he could easily come into this dashboard report and just go through and update it himself. So it really allows you to close out everything, make sure everything's tagged within the month. There's only a certain number of posts that come through. You know, like for me, it's like you look at the volumes and it's maybe there would have been like 200 posts to just check and reply to within a month. That's maybe 2 days work, maybe a day's work, really. Nothing too complicated. But again, I'm not a telco or a bank. But you can see if you were a telco or a bank, it would be exactly the same way you could manage this with scale. You'd have a team of 20 people doing engagement and manage what's going on very accurately. Make sure that 100% is going on. You can do all sorts of other things with reports. I've got page reports set up that monitor the sentiment on the page. So this is actually the sentiment of the comments on the page. And then you can drill in on those as well and see, okay, why have we got some things? And again, there's some things that are tagged incorrectly. Great. Okay, so jumping back in, so my job as a social media manager is just to have oversight. And as you saw, I have complete oversight into the engagement process. And it's very hard to get that. It's very hard to see what people are engaging with on a day-to-day basis. It's really hard to QA that. Finally, now we've got a tool that just exposes it, and it's so easy to set up and use. I don't need a BI degree. And also, Social Studio app, it has all the analyzed dashboards that you've already configured. So the exact same dashboards in your web are available on your phone. You can scroll through them. It shows each of the cards. And it has a feature where you can actually email forward any of these cards. And it looks like this. It just goes into your email client. Hey, Randy, we need to increase our engagement ASAP. So this really puts the power in the manager's hands. I can do this on the bus or on the beach in Ibiza. So just to wrap up, some quick tips around how to operationalize social. So one of the really important ways to drive adoption and business transformation is to set up your command center everywhere. Visualize what's going on, put it everywhere. Put it in your CEO's office, your CMO's office, your COO's office, put it in your call center, put it in your lobby, put it in your marketing area, put it in your your partner's office that are responsible for it. It really helps people care when they can see it. And it's no different to having a ticker board in your call center. So the second point, this is blue, integrate social into your BAU process. So we know that social is the new telephone. We don't want to give the telephone only to the receptionist. It needs to be part of your business process, especially sales, service, marketing, IT, because there's a technology integration requirement, change management. People need to adopt this technology. It changes their jobs and their job titles. Learning, like you have to make sure your staff are consistent on those channels. It's a really high risk communication tool. Risk management and business intelligence. So social is really pervasive. How do you integrate it? It's really depending on the technology stack you choose. Salesforce has it all in one, and that's really one of the key reasons why you'd go with a Salesforce versus point solutions like Hootsuite plugged in with Sugar CRM. Like, they don't talk naturally to each other. Okay, third, dedicate IT budget to develop and maintain social technologies. It's really important. You do have to set up software, and it's no different. The IT department needs to manage it. You can't just do free tools if you're a big company. Build a center of excellence in-house. So even if you have a lot of agency partners, it's really important to start gaining maturity in social and digital. It just allows you to manage your partners. It allows you to drive best practice regardless of who you're working with. Point 5, find partners to help you achieve operational scale. Robots are coming. So you don't need to build out a team of 30 staff to manage your social pages. You can find partners to do this for you. The manpower is the easy thing. The hard part is the center of excellence. It's actually what is our playbook for success, and that's what you should do internally. Before you start with robots, get the basics right. So don't just jump straight to the tech. You need to really provide a humanized social experience for your customers. Finally, get ROI through adding social personas to advertising journeys or upselling services. So there is ROI in social if you know how to get it. Adding them to a marketing journey is a really great way to put them into your sales process, but not hard selling. So Command Center we've already talked about. Don't overthink it. And it's not about the ROI, it's about adoption. How to work with a partner. So you've got a social partner on the left, you on the right, looking very relaxed. Social partner, they can manage all of social. They draft the calendar, you approve it. That's it. They engage on social media. They escalate the important stuff to CRM. And they prepare and send the reports so you know exactly what's going on. On your side, you just need to approve the calendars, you need to review the engagement, and you need to review the reports. It's as simple as that, and everything else is taken care of. High Pages is an example of a client we recently did in Australia. They are a marketplace for tradesmen, certified tradesmen. We helped them integrate their social into their CRM process, so now they can manage social cases and leads with ease without lots of email backwards and forwards, which they were spending a lot of time on. We've got some great accelerators to help fast track Salesforce customers. So we've got the Social Power On, $5,000 AUD, and that gets you set up with a basic implementation of Social Studio. We've got Social Connect, which integrates Social Studio and Sales Cloud and Service Cloud. And that's 15K AUD. It's a really quick 2-week project, and we get you up and running for success. Yeah, please feel free to reach out if you've got any questions or if you'd like a quote. Otherwise, enjoy your week.